Welcome to this July 15th, 2026 YouTube video transmission. I'm your host, Justin Mack, here at McDermott Media, Freedom News Now, and the Freedom Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member. Join for those extra perks. We got a big show for you today. Another big show for you today. We're talking Tyrants plus Karens get shut down. First Amendment audit. First Amendment auditor shuts down Tyrants plus Karens. You gotta like that. Let's dive right into it. Starting out of Maine, we've got ICE agents out in Maine. ICE officer puts a Colombian national on ice. ICE officers fearing for public safety. You gotta like that. When the officer's fearing for public safety, when it's not just all about officer safety, ICE is all about protecting and preserving public safety. Biddeford, Maine, an ICE agent ended a motorist in Maine on Monday, the second time in a week that ICE has used deadly force. Half around, find out. The man who was ended in Biddeford was identified as a 25-year-old illegal alien from Colombia. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, which includes ICE, said that agents were surveilling an address for a person with a final order of removal from the country. When ICE tried to stop a vehicle driven by someone coming from that address, the vehicle attempted to flee the scene, and fearing for public safety, an officer discharged his weapon. All 3 rounds went through the front windshield, or at least 3 did. There was probably more rounds than that, but 3 went through the front windshield. Now, we all know how police, they like to step in front of a vehicle and then claim, oh, officer safety, put their leg in front of a vehicle. I don't really like that. I don't agree with that. You know, if you're that stupid, you throw yourself in front of a vehicle just so you can open up on the person driving it and claim officer safety. Yeah, I don't agree with that. That type of conduct in law enforcement. It happens. It's real. Prior to the ICE incident in Maine, the Homeland Security Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, told him the officer opened fire after the man tried to use the vehicle as a weapon against ICE agents in Maine. The agents did not have body cameras. Mark Wayne Mullen, he doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. Now he wants to pull stop traffic stops. He wants to slow down on traffic stops. Wants ICE to stop doing traffic enforcement. I say no. Continue pushing on, pushing forward. That's what the former ICE commander, Greg Bavino, says. Greg Bavino says keep the pressure on. Of course, ICE should continue doing vehicle stops. Should never have considered anything other than more vehicle stops. Go harder now. Triple down. Quadruple down. Never cave in to these Karens, these tyrants that hate America. We got to start up mass deportations now. President Trump, he's backing ICE agents. He wants them to continue doing traffic stops. I agree. Continue traffic stops. That's not just enough. doing traffic stops. Michigan has their August primary elections coming up. I want to see ICE officers in every single election precinct. Every single election voting precinct in Michigan needs to have ICE officers surrounding it. Arrest every single foreign invader, illegal alien that comes in to vote in the elections, illegally participate in the elections. We got to double down, triple down. I'm with former Commander Bavino on that. We need ICE officers in the schools, going through the schools, checking the classrooms. We need ICE officers, ICE agents in the colleges, the universities, going through the classrooms, checking for illegals. They're packed full of illegals at these universities, these big universities in Michigan. We're reporting out of Michigan. We've been flooded with foreign invaders from Canada. The Canadian border's wide open and it's 3 times as long as the southern border. Don't let them fool you when they say the country's secure. It's not. They're coming through the northern border, flooding through the northern border. Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. You don't dare try driving out on any highway, I-94, 23, 75, 131, near Kalamazoo, Michigan. That's the corridor from South Bend, Indiana, all the way up to Traverse City, Michigan, where all the Mexicans come in. They go up for the Cherry Festival, the Blueberry Festival, Traverse City, to pick the crops, and then they never leave. They never go back to Mexico. The police do nothing about it. All the police do is they just hire them to be cops. Visa cops, green card cops, H-1B cops. That's the new cop in America. The H-1B cop. So yeah, we need to ramp up arrests, ramp up deportations. Currently, right now in Michigan, they're saying ICE arrests have surged across Michigan in recent months, with agencies averaging nearly 20 daily apprehensions. Really? That's surging? Those are big numbers? 20 foreign invaders per day? And then they're lodging them right in Baldwin, Michigan, right here in Michigan. They're not deporting them. That's just 20 arrests a day. Those aren't deportations. They're probably only deporting, maybe 1 a day, not even every day. They're calling that a surging volume. I say no. I say that's a failure by Mark Wayne Mullen. He's been a complete failure as DHS secretary. He wants to stop traffic enforcement. Then they're shutting down all the facilities. I don't know. They're calling it surging volume when it's 20 per day. No, how about 10,000 per day out of Michigan? They're claiming surging numbers, 30,000 per month at a national level. 30,000 per month. That's only what? 360,000 a year. That's nothing. We want mass deportations. That's what the people voted for. Those that participated. Those that participate, your vote just keeps getting watered down more and more, the more foreigners. Like out in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kalamazoo, Michigan, a church sells to a Hindu temple for $1.3 million. The 131 corridor, where all the foreigners from South Bend, Indiana, all the way up, Mexicans, Indians, Many of the Indians that flooded Michigan from Canada, they're in Jackson, Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kalamazoo, Michigan, breaking news. A historic church in Kalamazoo's Winchell neighborhood, designed by Alden B. Dow, will soon become a Hindu temple and community center. Unbelievable. The former Disciples of Christ Christian Church in Kalamazoo, Winchell neighborhood was sold to a Hindu temple for $1.3 million. The 18,300 square foot massive property will be transformed into a Hindu Mandir temple and community center right in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Location 20 on Winchell Avenue, Kalamazoo. Design built in 1962, the building was designed by prominent architect Alden B. Dow. Mandir representatives confirmed it will be used for worship for the local Hindu community. Unbelievable. And then you go to the Facebook posting about it, it's packed full of Karens. All these boomer Karens, most of them being white boomer Karens, they just love it. Love the fact that Kalamazoo, Michigan's being flooded with the third world. These street shitters, these Pajeets from Mumbai, India, from New Delhi, India, from Punjabi, India. They're celebrating their own demise. Well, apparently $1.3 million was enough for all these preachers, these pastors, all these ministers to sell their Christian church, Christ Christian Church, to sell out their God to a Hindu temple for $1.3 million. Unbelievable. More breaking news. You get it here first. Hear it first. Here at Freedom News Now, McDermott Media. Hit that like tab. Hit that subscribe tab for that trending news, current events. You got to stand up and do your part. Stand up, stand by, protect your blood, protect your soil from the foreign invasion. The police won't do it. You can't expect these local cops, these county sheriff deputies, these city cops, the state police, they won't do anything about it. All they'll do is put their knee on your neck, the white Christian male's neck, to hold you down. Do anything to silence you, oppress you as the white Christian. There's a new civil rights movement in America. It's a new era, a new civil rights movement where the white Christian man sits on the back of the bus. Where the white Christian man is oppressed, suppressed, censored, and silenced. Where it's a white Christian man subject to the two-tier justice system like Jake Lang, like James Freeman, like Justin McDermott, like Chud the Builder, being victims of the two-tier justice system, two-tier policing, weaponized against a white Christian American. That's where we're at, 2026. It's been that way for a while. Police arresting the white Christian for blowing the whistle on foreign invaders at 7-Eleven, at Kroger, at Home Depot. You'd really think the local cops would support you, the white Christian, with local roots, family, with a career, a job, law-abiding citizen. But they don't. They serve the illegal alien, the foreign invader. It's been happening for a long time now, going for a long time. It's nothing new. Blackman Leone cops, Jackson City cops. All we can do is expose them. All the while, they'll erase and replace the white Christian, Native American, like Jacob Austin Hikes from Onstead, Michigan, came to Jackson, Michigan. He was ended by Jackson City police officer Jason Allison, Michael Krusowitz. Police identify man, ended, put on ice. A white Christian man, erased and replaced, all while so they can make way for Mohammed, for Singh, for Abdullah, for Sharif. Michigan's been flooded with foreign invaders. I've been trying to blow the whistle for 10 years. I get silenced by social media. I get erased and replaced by social media. I get erased by the algorithm. Now the white Christians, we're not just getting erased in society, where you get banned from going to the range, you get banned from going into the stores, you get banned from going to the grocery store, feeding yourself, getting food. You get banned from doing banking, oppressed and suppressed from doing banking. All the while they let foreigners come in and open bank accounts, something that is illegal, something that is a crime. Where's the local police at? Where's the county sheriff at? Why aren't they arresting these banksters, these tiny hat banksters, giving bank accounts to foreigners? That is a crime. Instead, they're out harassing and collecting from First Amendment auditors, cop watchers, citizen journalists. 1A auditors exercising their First Amendment rights, recording the banksters, giving bank accounts to foreigners day in and day out. Instead, we've got these Jackson City police officers like Jason Allison or Michael Crucifix. They want to harass and collect from First Amendment auditors, white Christian Native Americans, instead of doing their job and arresting the illegal alien, the foreign invader in Jackson, Michigan. They'd rather, it's much easier to erase the white Christian. We don't fight back. We don't put up a struggle. We go much easier than the 6'6" real African from Haiti, from Somalia. They'd rather just let them go. Drive on past. Jackson, Michigan. Police have identified the man from Onstead, Michigan, who was ended by Jackson City police officers Michael Crucifix and Jason Allison. Jacob Austin Hikes, 31, of Onstead, was ended, was erased and replaced to make way for foreign invaders from Haiti, from Somalia, from Iraq. by the Jackson City Police Department. I feel for you. I feel for your family. Now, I don't agree with maybe the way it happened, the way it all occurred, but Jason Alexander and Michael Crucifix were right there to slap the handcuffs on him as he bled out in the streets, as another white Christian Native American bled out in the streets. They were right there to slap the handcuffs on him. That's pretty disturbing. They won't be out there arresting any illegal aliens, slapping handcuffs on them, any Mohammeds, any Singhs. Don't expect that anytime soon. That's not going to happen. Leave your comments below. What do y'all think? Share your comments. What do you think about the ICE agents in Maine? Ramp it up. Continue mass deportations. Continue traffic stops. We got to ramp it up. Double down. Triple down. What do y'all think? Do your part. We'll do our part. Continue to report on it. Continue to expose tyrants plus Karens. First Amendment audit. We'll continue exposing these tyrants plus Karens. Shut down. You gotta like that. Gotta protect your blood, protect your soil from these tyrants, these Karens that want to give it away. That's part of the reason why we're in this predicament. Many of the younger generation, Gen Z, that's the way they feel. They're all competing against all these 100 million plus foreigners. They can't get a job. You can't afford a house. Housing is unaffordable. Food is unaffordable. Living expenses are unaffordable. I'll tell you what, if you get rid of 100 million plus illegals, plus all the H-1B, green card, visa, 100 million plus, affordability will come back. You'll be able to afford a home. You'll be able to have a family, start a career, get a good paying job once again. But we got to make it uncomfortable for them. It's not going to happen unless we start making it uncomfortable for them. You know, it's not enough with just the traffic stops. That's not going to be enough. You know, you'd literally need the military to get them all out. So we need them to allow them to self-deport. And one way of doing that, you got to make it so hard for them to live. As an American citizen, we got to make it so hard for these foreign invaders to live, to work, to recreate, to procreate, to do anything in the U.S. that they have no choice but to leave and self-deport. Mass deportations don't seem to be possible. They're not possible otherwise, many would say. It's like we don't have enough time. We need to force them to tap out. We need to force these foreigners to tap out. Every time you see them, call 911. You got to do your part. Get these tyrants to arrest these foreigners. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. It's the only way. Reporting these banksters. Every time I see a foreigner going into the bank, I'm calling 911. I'm reporting this bank for giving bank accounts to foreigners. That's a crime. We'll get them all out one way or another. I'm not standing down. Stand up, stand by. Protect your blood. Protect your soil. We need ICE officers in every voting precinct, ICE officers in all the schools, universities. I want ICE officers going into the hospitals. We'll clean it up. You know, they're already inside the wire. The invaders are already inside the wire. We can't count on our Supreme Court justices to uphold rule of law when you've got all these female judges, female justices. Look at recently the Amy Coney Barrett. She's freaking out. She can't be trusted to give the right ruling, proper ruling, follow the Constitution. She's afraid. She's terrified, according to her. She's too weak. She's too spineless to be a Supreme Court justice. She doesn't have what it takes. She's a coward. Much like many female judges. They're nothing without other big, strong men, police officers protecting them. They're absolutely nothing. They're 75-year-old hags, 75-year-old menopausal women hopped up on handfuls of female pharmaceutical pills. Anytime you go in front of a female judge, you need to question her. Ask her what kind of medication she's on, if she's under the influence of any medication, and if so, what is it and what are the doses? How much? You have the right to know. They'll be asking you that in court. Are you under the influence of any substances at this point? Well, you need to ask any female judge that. Guarantee you they're hopped up on handfuls of pharmaceutical pills. They can't oversee justice, oversee rule of law at the highest levels. All these old women, 75-year-old feminist, radical feminist, menopausal women. Get them out. We got to restore rule of law in America. The only way to do it is repeal the 19th Amendment. Get these females, these women out of men's spaces, men's sports, men's areas, men's workplaces. Get the females out of every leadership position, leadership role. No more female cops, never again. No more female judges, no female lawyers. Get them out. Every single one of the founding fathers was a male, was a man. There was not one single founding father that was a woman. Not one single founding father that signed the Declaration of Independence. Not one single founding father that was a woman that signed the Constitution. The founding fathers knew better. They knew what was right. In order to restore America, restore rule of law in America, reclaim America, America first. Christ is King. America only. Got to get these females and feminism out. Get all these men, these males, back in every single position of power. Get all the females out of these positions of power. They're not cut for it. They don't have what it takes. With that being said, that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for police accountability, civil rights education, YouTube videos. We're talking Tyrants plus Karens SHUTDOWN, First Amendment Audit. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member and joining.